Hello everyone. In this video we cover the first and follow. So let's we start. So first, the as the name suggests, first means let's suppose this is the grammar. A, read A. Then first of A is A. Let's suppose now the grammar is like A, read A, B. Then again the first of A is same. First of A is A itself. Now let's suppose the next grammar is A, read A, B, A. Then again the grammar same. The first of A is A. But now in case if the grammar is like A, read B, A and B, read star, then in this case the first of A is first read B and B, read star. So always we consider the first, we find out the first for the non-terminals. These are the non-terminals, and the small letters or the operators, which is nothing but the terminals, and we write the first for the, here is the, we find out the first for the non-terminal, and here in right side we write all terminals. So the first of A is B, which is capital letter. So again this capital letter, now read this small letter or the operator. Then the first of A is star. I hope all you get the idea. We see one more example. Let's suppose A, read C, B. Then B, read C, A, and C, read X. This is the small letter X. Then what is the first of A is now? The first of A is C, which is capital letter. Then this capital letter C here, see it's read small letter X. So first of A is X. Now the first of B. So the first of B is capital C, and capital C read small x. So again it is same X. Now the first of C. So first of C is also itself X. So X. Like this we consider one more example. Let's suppose the example is A, read B plus B, read C, A and C, read B, small b. Then here in this case first of A is B, but B read capital C. Capital C read small b. So first of B is B. Let's suppose here we consider null also, and here we consider small a. Then the first of A is capital B. Capital B read C, and this C read B, A. So B, A. This line is nothing but B or A. So both read by the C and at the first time. Let's suppose here B is also present, then also same. We want first letter, not second letter. So first letter is B, first letter is B. So first of A is A, B, but here we also mention A read B. So B read C. For this grammar we visit to this capital C, but for this grammar or this, so here null also come, because this is also first letter of the second grammar. So this is the first of A. Now first of B. So first of B, this or this. So this first we read capital C. So capital C read B and A. So B, A, and now the second term is null. So null. Now first of C. First of C. So first of C is now B and A. So B and A. So these are the first, and we find out the first for the grammar. Same, it is too simple. First means we consider all the non-terminals. Now this non-terminal is nothing but the small letter or the operator. Just enough now. Now we see how we find out the follow. So the follow is also simple, but some rules is applied for the follow. So now follow. So first rule for the find out the follow is always the starting symbol. Let's suppose yes is the starting symbol. Starting symbol. Then the follow of starting symbol is always start with dollar. Every time the dollar is always present in the follow of the starting symbol. Now second rule is, let's suppose the grammar is like A read alpha, B and C. Then we find out the follow of B. Then we first see in grammar where is the B present, and for this B who is followed. So B followed by C. So if we find out the follow of B, then this is nothing but the first of C. First of C. Because this is also non-terminal, capital letter. And if the non-terminal followed by non-terminal capital letter, then we find out the first of that second non-terminal. So follow of B is first of C. Same like this, if A read by alpha and B, then here again we want to find out the follow of B. So now here the B is followed by the null, because here nothing is present. Nothing is present means null is present, and if any symbol is followed by null, then we find out the first of A, means the non-terminal which read the symbol, we find out the follow of that non-terminal. So here we find out follow of A. Now the next fourth condition is, if A read alpha, B and C and C read null, if this is the condition, then we put C here, means here we put null. Then again we see the same condition like A read alpha, B, because here we consider null. Then again same, if this is the null, then what is the rule? Find out follow of B, then we find out the follow of A. Follow of A. So I hope you get the idea when we find out the first and when we find out the follow. So we find out the first if the non-terminal followed by non-terminals, means capital letter followed by capital letter, then we find out the first of that capital letter. Else if the symbol is followed by null, then we find out the follow of that grammar, means A read B, so that's why we find out the follow of A. If the grammar is followed by like this, B read non-terminal, but non-terminal then second time read the null, then if we consider here null, then again we get same alpha B, so we find out the follow of the A. So this is the grammar. Now also if you not get the idea, then comment me, I explain you line by line how it is work. Now we solve one example for your clarification. Now we find out the first for this grammar, first and follow. So first we start from here. So first of E now. So first of E is capital T. Now this capital T read capital F. Now this capital F read this opening bracket and ID. This whole the ID is one symbol, not I is separate and D is separate. The ID is the special symbol and it is both are the one symbol, means ID is the one symbol. So the first of F is opening bracket and the ID. So first of E is opening bracket and ID. Same for first of E dash. So now first of E dash. So first of E dash read two grammar. This is the first one, this is the second one. So first he read the plus. So as I say, non-terminal has the small symbols, small letters and the operators. It is the operator. So we mention this as a non-terminal. Terminal. And the null. So null is also first of E dash. Now first of T. Now first of T is capital F. Capital F read the opening bracket and ID. So opening bracket and ID. I hope you get the idea how I write the first. Now T dash. So first of T dash is capital F. Capital F read opening bracket ID and one more. This is we read F only for the first grammar, but this second also we consider, which is null. So null. So this is the T dash. Now again first of F. So first of F is starting symbol is opening bracket and ID. So I hope all you get the idea how we find out the first for this grammar. Now we find out the follow. So we find out here itself. So we get the proper idea how all the first and follow is work. So follow of E. So as this is the starting symbol, so first our duty is write dollar, which is mentioned here. These are the rule for the follow. So first if any symbol is starting symbol, that time we always write the dollar for the follow. So we write this. Now we check the next follow of E. So in the right side, see where the E is present. So here is the E present, and see what followed by E. Who is followed to the E? So the closing bracket is followed by E. So this closing bracket, now it is not non-terminal. Here this is the all the rules for the non-terminals. This is the terminal. If the terminal is present, means any small letter or the operator followed to the non-terminal, means capital letter, then this letter write as it is. So this E is followed by closing bracket. So it is the symbol which is non-terminal. So write here closing bracket. Now again see where is anywhere E is present and anything is followed by E. So no, only one time E is present. So this is the follow of E now. Now we see follow of E dash. So follow of E dash. Now again see where is the E dash is present at the right side. So here is the E dash present, here is also E dash present two times. Now for this E dash, who follow the E dash, null is follow. And if null is follow, then what is the rule? Find out the follow of A. Means now here we write the follow of E dash is follow of E, because null is followed by E dash. That's why now we write here follow of E dash is nothing but the follow of E. So write here follow of E is same now, because this is the follow of E and it is dollar and closing symbol, dollar and closing bracket. So this is the follow of E dash. Here is also E dash is followed by null, and null, if anything followed by null, then we write the follow of the starting symbol, but it is E dash, and we itself now write the follow for the E dash, so it is not make any sense. We only write here for the E. So this is the follow of E dash. Now next we move ahead, we find out follow of T. Now follow of T, same procedure. See where is the T present? At the right side. So here is the T present, here is T, and yes, now this T is followed by E dash, and E dash is the non-terminal. So we find out if this is the condition, means B is followed by C and C is the non-terminal, then we find out the first of C. So same here, this T is followed by E dash. E dash is non-terminal, so we find out the first of E dash, and first of E dash is plus and null. So here we write plus, and always remember in our follow we not consider the null. So now we find out the first of E dash. For this we find out the first of E dash. Now first of E dash is plus and null, so we write here plus symbol. Now the null, so always remember we not write the null in the follow, but we consider this null in the grammar. So how we consider, now I show you. This T is followed by E dash, so first of E is plus. If we put here plus, then this T is followed by plus, that's why we write here plus. Now the null is also present. If we write here null, then this T is followed by null, and if anything is followed by null, then we find out the follow of E. So follow of E is dollar and closing bracket. I hope you get the idea what is happening here. First we find out the follow of T. Follow of T is here 2 times we write here. So this E dash is followed by T. T is followed by E dash, and for this E dash now we find out the first, because this is the non-terminal, so the first of E dash is plus and null, so we put one time. So if we first put plus, then T is followed by plus, so we write plus. When we put here now second time null, then we know the rule for the null. If something is followed by null, then find out the follow. First we find out the first, then we find out the follow, and follow of E is dollar and closing bracket. Now again same apply here also. T is followed by E dash, so E dash is the non-terminal, we find out the first of E dash. First of E dash is plus and null. We consider plus, it is already present. If we consider null, then we find out the follow of E dash. Here if we consider null, then T is followed by null, and if T is followed by null, then we find out the follow of E dash, and follow of E dash is dollar and closing bracket, which is we already consider here, so no need to write again and again. So this is the final follow of T. It is little bit tricky now you think, but if you practice it again and again, then it is too easy to understand. Now follow of T dash. Now follow of T dash is, see where is the T dash is present, here and here. This T dash is followed by null, so that's why we find out the follow of T. So follow of T is plus, dollar and closing bracket. Now enough. Now for this second time, T dash followed by null, and we find out the follow of T dash itself, so no we write anything for this. So this is the final follow of T dash. Now the follow of F, now we write follow of F. Now see where is the F is present. So F is present here and here, so same again, F is followed by T dash, and T dash is the non-terminal. So we find out the first of T dash. So first of T dash is 3 symbols, closing bracket, ID and null. So we consider one by one. First closing bracket. So F now followed by closing bracket. Now ID. Now we consider ID. So now F is followed by ID. So write here ID. Now consider null. So F is followed by null. And if anything is followed by null, then we find out the fall of T. So fall of T is this, plus fall of T, consider this, fall of T plus dollar and closing bracket. Okay, now this is completed, first one. Now second one we consider. So F is followed by T dash. So if T dash is the non-terminal, so we find out the first of T dash. First of T dash, these 3 symbols. Again opening bracket, already we consider. ID, already we write. And null, if we take here null, then F is followed by null. Then we find out fall of T dash, and fall of T dash is plus dollar and closing bracket. Plus dollar closing bracket, we already consider. So now enough, our final follow is here. So I hope you get the idea. If not, then put your I hope you get the idea about all the first and follow. And if not, then let me know in the comment box where you are stuck, where you are face the problem. I try to give you solutions.